I know what my decision is, which is not to decide.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 songs you should never audition with.
If I were a rich man.
Material Girl needs to be retired. That is your karaoke song.
For this list, we'll be looking at all the tunes best avoided when you're trying to make a starring first impression. Of course, all of these come with a caveat that if you can kill it, go for it. But just in general, here are some to avoid. If we missed any of your favorite no-nos, let us know in the comments below. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below. Number 20. This is the moment. Jekyll and Hyde.
This is the moment. This is the day. And I send all my doubts and demons on their way.
It might be the moment for Jekyll, but it is most certainly not the moment for you.
Yeah, that's a smart move. It's like Jekyll and Hyde. I can't control when Anna comes out.
This is the moment from Jekyll and Hyde is a gorgeous song, and we can certainly understand why you would want to give it a shot in an audition setting. But This Is the Moment is a song that's really all about the build. The song grows so seamlessly and fits together so well, it might be difficult to find the perfect moment to start your 16 measures.
To prove to them I've made it on my own. Now this is the moment, my final test.
Furthermore, by the time you get to the end of the song, you've got a couple of pretty high notes and a lot of sustained ones. Remember, you've just got the one shot, so pick something you're certain to slay. Number 19. On the Steps of the Palace, Into the Woods.
He's a very smart prince. He's a prince who prepares, knowing this time I'd run from him. He spread pitch on the stairs.
He's a very nice prince, this much we know, but is this a very nice audition song? The jury's out. In general, songs by the great Stephen Sondheim are usually best avoided. In fact, you'll see him again on this list.
Alright, what do you want? Have to make a decision. Why not stay and be caught? Should I give that a thought? What would be his response?
His music can be really tough to sight read, and if you want the accompanist to like you, it's best to steer clear. But more than that, On the Steps of the Palace is a difficult song to nail on the first try and under pressure. Sondheim used strange intervals in his songs often, and this one is no different.
Something I never knew. On the steps of the
Number 18. If I Were a Rich Man, Fiddler on the Roof.
You're gonna be Tevye, damn it. Now put on my grandfather's old Russian coat and sing for me.
It's so heavy.
Like the weight of a man with too many daughters.
Come on, you all know the tune. It's impossible not to sing along when you hear those famous first notes come in.
All day long I biddy biddy bum, if I were a wealthy man.
But a catchy tune does not a great audition song make.
You're still sad because of that audition.
That part was mine. I was born to play Tevye.
There's no doubt that If I Were a Rich Man is one of the most famous songs in the musical canon, and pretty well known as a reworked pop song too.
If I were a rich man, all day long I'd biddy biddy bum, if I were a wealthy man.
But it's probably something a lot of casting directors have heard one or two times too many.
If I were a wealthy man.
You want on to stand out in an audition and pick something that won't make the casting director think of anyone else, even if that someone else is Gwen Stefani. Number 17, Let It Go, Frozen.
The snow glows white on the mountain tonight, not a footprint to be seen. A kingdom of isolation, and it looks like I'm the queen.
We've all definitely belted out the notes to Let It Go in the shower, or perhaps driving in our cars. But if we're being honest, it's probably best the song stays out of the audition room. Frozen was so unimaginably popular when it came out in 2013, and Idina Menzel's rendition of Let It Go was practically inescapable.
The past is in the past. Let it go, when I'll rise like the break of dawn.
The casting director you're auditioning for has definitely heard this more times than necessary, and a few of those times have probably been from a very loud child.
Life isn't some cartoon musical where you sing a little song and your insipid dreams magically come true. So let it go.
Best to just let this one go.
Let the storm rage on.
The cold never bothered me anyway.
Number 16, Anything Goes, Anything Goes.
In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked on as something shocking, but now God knows anything goes.
Just remember, not everything goes in an audition. Anything Goes is an incredibly catchy number, and certainly a perfect choice for a quick dance or tap audition if that's what you're going in for. But it's not necessarily the most impressive song to sing, which is what we're focused on today.
But every night the set that's smart is intruding in nudist parties and studios. Anything goes.
When you're picking the perfect audition song, you want something that's going to show off your vocal strengths. And we think there are probably other songs from Anything Goes that would do that better than the titular number. Plus, you'd be competing with the likes of Sutton Foster and Patti LuPone. Who wants to do that? Number 15, I Dreamed a Dream, Les Miserables.
This is really huge. This is like the March on Washington, but for a singing show. Can you imagine if Martin Luther King were here and sang I Dreamed a Dream from Les Mis with that baritone? That would be historic.
The last time this song fared well in an audition was probably 2009 when Susan Boyle sang it on Britain's Got Talent.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by. But it's certainly been downhill since then. If I Dreamed a Dream wasn't the most recognizable song from Les Miserables before Boyle cranked it out for Simon Cowell, it certainly is now. It's a little overly emotional if you're not particularly prepared to hone that sadness, and a lot oversung in an audition room. As they tear your hope apart, as they turn your dream to shame.
Our advice if you want to nail the audition, quit dreaming that dream and pick another song.
I dream.
Number 14, Seasons of Love, Rent.
525,600 minutes. 525,000 moments, oh dear.
For a lot of us, Rent is the reason we know how many minutes are in a year, and was probably our introduction to musical theater.
I lay you on the bed and whisper in your ear that Mrs. Donahue said we could do Rent this year, and I can't wait for rehearsal. I'ma be in it to win it. We started 525,600 minutes.
But don't let that nostalgia factor take over you in an audition. Leave this one alone.
Seasons of Love is a great song, no doubt, but it's not the most musically interesting solo you could pick, and doesn't give you too much to work with as an actor in an audition. Plus, once again, it's a song that everyone and their mom has heard 525,600 times. Or probably more. Be unique. Pick something else. Number 13, a song from the show you're auditioning for.
Feel free to sing along if you know the words.
Okay. It's a given, but an important one. Choosing a song from the show you're auditioning for can go wrong for so many reasons.
But darling, stay with me.
Wow! Thank you, Johnny.
The team watching you audition probably already has a certain creative approach in mind for the show, and if you miss the mark with a song from the show, they might feel like you're not the right fit.
Hi.
I can't breathe for the first time.
Jesus.
Also, if you audition with a song from the show, you're probably going to pick a song for a role you want. Doing this might pigeonhole you in the director's mind, and they might not consider you for something else. Your best bet is to go with a similar style, but avoid anything from the show itself.
It's hard to believe that I couldn't see that you were always right beside me. This feeling like no other.
Number 12, Defying Gravity, Wicked. We all know Wicked, an iconic show with iconic performances that should definitely be avoided in the audition room. We almost went with popular for this entry, which you should probably also avoid, but Defying Gravity is really the killer. With that said, if you know for a fact that you can absolutely nail this number on the first run, we won't stop you.
I'm through with playing by the rules of someone else's game.
But when you're following in the footsteps of Idina Menzel, Stephanie J. Block, and the like, you better be sure of your skills under pressure.
I think I'll try defying gravity, and he will bring me down.
It's always best to avoid anything with such high standards already set. Number 11, Think of Me, The Phantom of the Opera.
Andre, this is doing nothing for my nerves. She's very pretty.
Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye.
If we're being realistic, you should probably avoid anything from Phantom of the Opera like the plague.
All right, I believe in you, and no one can sing this song better than you can.
Even Michael Crawford?
Go get him.
It's overdone, it's over the top, and it's tough to nail when you're nervous. But if we had to pick one song to throw by the wayside, we'll go with Think of Me.
Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind.
It's Christine's first big solo in the show, and with that stature comes a lot of pressure. The song involves a ton of vocal leaps, stays pretty high for the entirety of its run, and has one of the most difficult outros we've ever heard. If you absolutely must do Think of Me, just promise us you won't tackle that ending, alright? Number 10, Satisfied, Hamilton.
A toast to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the groom, to the bride, to the bride, to the bride, from your sister.
As soon as the Hamilton cast recording became available for mass consumption, every director in the musical theater world just knew they'd be hearing the songs at auditions for years to come. In fact, in just a few short years, many Hamilton songs became ones to avoid.
Watching it burn, the world has no right to my heart.
We definitely think you should leave Burn on the cutting room floor, but nothing's worse than picking Satisfied.
So I'm the one who has to social glide for one, 'cause I'm the oldest and the wittiest and the gossip in New York City is, and the city is, and Alexander is penniless. That doesn't mean I want him any less. Elizabeth Schuyler, it's a pleasure to meet you.
And it's always best to leave songs created for actors of color to the performers they're intended for. But even if the song is right for you, Satisfied is one that's tough to perfect. With its combination of belting, rapping, and acting, you need to be positive that you can absolutely kill it.
He will never be satisfied. I will never be satisfied.
Number 9. On My Own, Les Miserables.
Hi, my name is Rachel Barry, and I'll be singing On My Own from the seminal Broadway classic, Les Mis.
Fantastic, let's hear it.
On my own.
If you want to be on your own, outside the audition room, lamenting your choice in song, by all means, pick this one. Rachel Berry might have made it into the Glee Club with this, but that doesn't mean you will. On My Own might be one song in Les Miserables that could beat I Dreamed a Dream for the most overdone audition song.
A world that's full of happiness that I have never known.
And when you pick a song that's probably been sung a multitude of times that day, you run the risk of not being the best at it. And we want you to be the best. Number 8. Bring Him Home, Les Miserables.
On high, hear my prayer.
We've spent a lot of this list talking about Les Mis. With its big emotions and grand musical stylings, theater kids all over the world fell in love with Les Mis from an early age. But just because you love something doesn't mean you should bring it into the audition room.
I don't know how I didn't get in. I mean, how do you beat a monologue from Equus and 16 bars from Les Mis?
You're great, kid. They made a mistake.
Bring Him Home may not be the most overdone Les Mis song, but it's still probably best to leave it out of the equation. The song requires a strong start right in those few notes that if you're even the least bit nervous, it's bound to show. Instead, go with something that gives you a little more breathing room. Literally. Number 7. Waving Through a Window, Dear Evan Hansen.
Learn to slam on the brake before I even turn the key, before I make the mistake, before I lead with the worst of me.
We almost went with the emotional words fail, but we're keeping it classic with Waving Through a Window.
Words fail, there's nothing I can say.
Sometimes it's a great idea to sing a song from a newer musical for an audition. It's modern, it's fresh, and not a ton of people have had a chance to sing it yet. But in the case of Waving Through a Window from Dear Evan Hansen, it might not be the best choice.
On the outside, always looking in, oh, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window.
Ben Platt essentially made Evan Hansen what it and he is, and Waving Through a Window is without a doubt the most popular song in the show. If you're some secret savant who can blow Ben out of the water, by all means be our guest. As a general rule though, it's always better to avoid the ones with iconic performances attached to them. Number 6. Tomorrow. Annie.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Talk about an earworm. And if you're a casting director, or a human being really, probably one you don't want to have rattling around your head all day.
The sun'll come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun.
Tomorrow from Annie is a fun song to sing when you're a kid, and probably used to be a great audition song for little kids, until it became so incredibly overdone.
Come on, man. Tomorrow, tomorrow, I'll have you. Tomorrow, you're always a day away.
It's possible you still might have the pluck to make that casting director crack a smile, but odds are they won't be quite as endeared as FDR, as they've already heard the song too many times.
You're only a day
Number 5. Don't Rain on My Parade. Funny Girl.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
If Ben Platt is strongly tied to Evan Hansen, Barbara Streisand is basically married to Fanny Brice.
Your rendition of Don't Rain on My Parade was flawed. You totally lack Barbara's emotional depth.
Thus, pretty much everything she sings in the musical Funny Girl should be avoided. And none more so than Don't Rain on My Parade.
Don't tell me not to live, just sit and putter. Life's candy and the sun's a ball of butter. Don't bring around a cloud to rain on my parade.
When you're going into an audition, you want to make sure you stand out, while also showing off what you can do.
Hey, Mr. Arnstein, here
The last thing you want is to be compared to someone who's not even auditioning for the role. And unfortunately, if you choose Don't Rain on My Parade, it's going to be near impossible to not compare you to Babs. Number 4. Being Alive. Company.
someone to hold you too close. Someone to hurt you too deep.
Sondheim. In any other context, we'd be raving about how much we love his difficult and unique arrangements. When it comes to an audition room, however, you need the accompanist on your side from the get-go. So you should probably avoid incredibly difficult to play songs like Another 100 People.
Another 100 people just got off of the train and came up to the ground, while another 100 people just got off of the bus and are looking around at another 100 people who got off of the plane and are looking at us who got off of the train and the plane and the bus maybe yesterday.
But you should definitely avoid masterpieces like Being Alive.
Someone to force you to care. Someone to make you come through, who'll always be there, as frightened as you of being alive.
Not only does it have that signature Sondheim stamp of complexity, but it's near impossible to separate yourself from the master himself. Unless you can blow it out of the water, people will likely leave talking about how good Sondheim is, rather than how good you are. Number 3. And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going. Dreamgirls.
Do I even need to tell you a song? Horns, strings, keep up.
And I am telling you, I'm not going.
If there was ever a song that is so incredibly associated with one performer, And I Am Telling You I'm Not Going would be it. Jennifer Holliday wiped the floor with this number when she first sang it, and has continued to do so every time she's performed it since. Jennifer Hudson also did an amazing job in the Dreamgirls movie in 2006, but this role is still to this day immediately associated with Holliday. Those are two really tough comparisons, and the song is pretty difficult to sing and emote through anyway. Our advice? Leave it to the pros. Number 2. Any Jason Robert Brown song. Every musical theater kid worth their salt loves a good Jason Robert Brown tune.
It means cancel all your parties. Forget your big parade.
Now settle down now.
It means the crowds will not be cheering, so despite what you've been hearing, you can lay down your spade.
Which means his songs are frequently used in auditions. Emphasis on the frequent.
I've got a singular impression, things are moving too fast.
We can guarantee your casting director has already heard everything from the last 5 years, and probably most of Songs for a New World that day. Maybe twice.
I'm not afraid of anyone. I'm sure to win with anyone at all.
Plus, like Sondheim, Jason Robert Brown pieces are incredibly hard to sight read. You don't want to be a Kathy in this situation and make the pianist hate you, so might as well choose something else.
Why did I pick these shoes? Why did I pick this song? Why did I pick this career? Why does this pianist hate me?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. She Used to Be Mine, Waitress. This used to be yours, but not anymore.
Used to be
Mama Who Bore Me, Spring Awakening. Mama Don't Sing Me.
Mama the weeping, Mama the angels, no sleep in heaven or Bethlehem.
Dead Girl Walking, Heathers the Musical. You'll be a dead girl walking if you sing this. This Is Me, The Greatest Showman. This is not you.
This is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Look out, 'cause here I come.
Maybe this time, Cabaret. Maybe this time, maybe not.
Maybe this time I'll win.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Memory, Cats.
I can sing.
You can?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Summer, belt it.
Memory all alone in the moonlight.
Stop. Okay, good.
There was really only one choice for the number 1 spot. You knew it, we knew it. Sure, it's an absolutely gorgeous song, and without a doubt, the most beautiful song in the show. But let's be real, that's not exactly a unique opinion. And you definitely wouldn't be the first person to take it into an audition.
And now, first grader Martin Tobias and his mother will perform... Oh boy, this is a popular song. Memory from Cats.
Besides being overdone, this song requires a ton of emotional investment. You can't just sing Memory, you have to feel it.
All alone in the moonlight, I can smile at the old days. I was beautiful.
The show is literally about cats, so getting the audience to care about the characters takes some serious acting chops. Our best advice? Let the cat keep your tongue if you're planning to audition with this one. Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
Stepped away out my comfort zone, and now that I dream a place where it felt unknown.